Hello everybody and welcome back to Super Robot Wars C2 Hakai Hen. Now, you're probably looking at the length in this video and wondering why. I'm wondering why, but we probably expected the video to be this length after seeing the last few videos increasing in length. I could have said that a lot better. But the only reason this stage took so long was because I'm getting the SR point. If you aren't getting the SR point, the stage literally can take you like 10 minutes and you'll be done with it. Well, 10 minutes is pushing it, but it's around there, 10 to 20 minutes. But if you're getting the SR point, you have to destroy a certain enemy, the Aratus, I think it's called. I'll point out what it is when it pops up. But the annoying thing here is that it runs away when its HP goes under 10,000. And you're gonna see me cut here. Well, cut in this video. Make a cut in this video. But I didn't know that you can actually change the attack your support attack character does. So the cut that I made was useless, because if I just had changed, well, I didn't need to make it if I was smart enough earlier. If I had changed Crow to do a better attack, I would have gotten the SR point a lot earlier. Not earlier in the video, just earlier in general. Well, earlier in the, well, let me rephrase that. It would have been earlier than I would have been done recording a lot earlier. Nah, that's what I was trying to say. But anyway, I've been bored for the past few days. I haven't had anything to do. I've beaten a lot of the games I've needed to play. I could record more Fate Extra and Summonite, but I don't really want to do that right now. Just remembered I need to record some Summonite for today. Great. Thought I only had Super Wars to do. To record today, but that's not the case. I also have Summonite. But anyway, Crow will be in this unit for a few stages. Well, not for a few stages, for a few turns in this stage. Jesus. Super War games always tend to be incredibly loud. It won't be loud for you guys because I edit the volume, but for me it's kind of loud right now. But yeah, when you defeat, if you remember the Jigenju that I was talking about in earlier episodes, it was the Moby Dick, or Dimensional Rhino Daemon MD, I think its name is. Well, the MD stands for Moby Dick. If you kill that guy in this stage, all the other Jigenjus and all the other enemies run away. So there really is no reason for you not to destroy the Moby Dick unless you want kills. But if you destroy the Moby Dick, you are unable to get the SR point. And I think I make that mistake somewhere here. I don't think I cut that out actually, so you guys will see that. I guess I left it in just to show you guys what actually would happen if you killed him, because I'm pretty sure I didn't cut that out. I might have though, because I do quick save a lot in here. So, and I think I started a new recording every time I made a quick save. So it might have been in a failed quick save attempt. So, but anyway, Crow has a new move. I believe 2 different moves will actually show up for you here depending on the choice you made in the very beginning of the game, where we had 2 decisions to make. There's one long range move where he shoots like a laser beam essentially, and this is the close range move. Depending on what you chose in the beginning of the game, I think is what decides what move you have here. If you're playing Z2, well, once we finally get to Z2, Sasa and Crow will start with both of those moves. but in this game he'll only have one of them. Oh, look at that damage that it will never do again. Yeah, Super Wars is a thing where it likes to show new moves doing a lot of damage, but they'll never do that much damage in game. I don't know why I'm staying here. Oh, look. See Moby Dick. It's doing something. There's a reason for that. Why the Moby Dick is sort of acting like that. And I suppose I'll touch upon it when it becomes more relevant later in the game's plot that we can't read, but I suppose that if somebody's playing along and they know Japanese and they're just watching this to know how to get the SR point, or yeah, to have help on getting the SR point, I won't spoil it for that. But we'll find out later in the game, much later in the game. Like, we'll find out because the game will show us, like, in a cutscene. Not in a cutscene, but in a stage, it'll just show us what happens. So, I won't spoil anything right now. So yeah, Holland is going to leave in a few stages, so that's why I'm sort of, I want him to be in every single stage until stage 33, because he needs to get to 50 kills. I believe I get him to 45 at the end of this, stage, so he only needs 5 more kills, I believe. I tried to get him to finish off Moby Dick so he could get another kill, but that doesn't work out. Moby Dick ends up with like 100 HP left and I just have Crow finish it off. Anyway, Chiriko he helps a little bit, but he doesn't do much in this stage because of his lack of mobility. I give him some parts to increase his, not lack of mobility, his move rate, his movement. So I give him some parts to increase that later. Well, yeah, not save states, quick saves are your friend here. Make sure you use them, but don't use them too frequently. Because you could, I'll say dead game, but that isn't the case really. You could actually quick yourself into a dead game if you're losing horribly, in which you'll always lose, but well, a dead game is where you have to restart the entire game over again, so I shouldn't use the term dead game, but you'll put yourself into a battle that you can't win if you quick save too much, if you're losing, that is. I think that'll be difficult here because the Eratus does recover some HP every turn, I believe, so if you've done a little bit too much damage to him, you can let him regenerate, but I don't know if he runs away after a few turns. I don't think he does, but if he does, he didn't do it to me. I originally wanted to have a friend commentate this with me, but that wouldn't have been a viable option right now. Because I need to get this up as soon as possible. Not as soon as possible, but I've been able to contact them, and I can't really upload this to the internet right now. I'll upload this to YouTube as an unlisted file so we could watch it together. So I have to do this on my own, unfortunately. But in regards to my gaming situation, I've been a bit bored lately because I've beaten all the games that I have on hand, really. And I wanted to do something, I wanted to try something new. So I tried several things. Well, I haven't tried several things, I don't know what I'm saying. I've been looking at several things. Super Robot Wars BX at the time of this recording has come out yesterday, and I'm thinking I'm going to Manhattan again in a little bit because personal reasons. And there's a gaming store right next to the place I need to go that stocks import games, and it could have Super Robot Wars BX. But I don't know if it'll actually have it, because when I look online, most stores won't ship it. They'll do some standard shipping, and you won't get it until like a month later. Maybe maybe even 2 months later if you're unlucky. I mean, the game is cheap right now. Actually, it's like $40. It's like ridiculously cheap right now for some reason. But that makes me a little bit hesitant to actually go ahead and purchase it because of how cheap it is. Because if it started out like at $50, like $59 when I checked it on Amazon originally. Because I like to purchase things when they're from Amazon, when they're fulfilled by Amazon, like when the delivery will be fulfilled by Amazon. I like it that way because that means the game's already in the US and I'm almost guaranteed to get it. It won't get lost. Has a less chance of getting lost. I think I could have said that better, but I could say a lot of things better. I'll check right now what the price is, and if it's gone up again, that'd be crazy. Amazon. Let's see. It's a little bit weird because searching up Super Robot games on Amazon, because sometimes some people put it up as Super Robot Tyson, Super Robot Wars. The 3DS games are all called Super Robot Wars for some reason. It's like the SNES game is too. It's just a matter of what the first seller put it up as. Oh, what now? Somebody has some. Oh, there's a bootleg. Well, I'll say bootleg, but there's a copy of the English translation of Rovers J up on Amazon, but it has the completely wrong picture on the back from a different game. Because Gator isn't in this game. But it's I'll say bootleg just to say it's a bootleg because it looks like it has the English. Somebody put the English translation on an actual cartridge, which I may go purchase if I have the time to. But when was this put up? I'm gonna see this seller and see if he was a good seller. Yep. What else does he sell? Does he sell a bunch of stuff? He sells coffee mugs. I think it looks like he actually does do a lot of that sort of thing, because I saw something else which was like some weird Pokemon thing. But anyway, Super Wars BX, well now it's $74, so I guess some guys were just selling it for cheap for whatever reason. It doesn't look like any of these sellers are being fulfilled by Amazon, but yeah, I'm looking at these when I would get these games. It would be from September like 18 to like October 15. Now that's way too far away for me to spend $74 and get the game much later. Let's see if that one video game store actually has it in stock now. They don't actually have like a listing on their site. You just gotta go to their Twitter and see whether or not they have it or not. Nah, they haven't stocked up on anything. So yeah, I'm thinking of getting what is it, Little Battlers Experience, or LBX, on the for the 3DS. It's from level 5. I like a lot of level 5's games. I like their Nazuma 11 series. And well, I think that's the only. Was that the only game I actually played from them? I probably played a lot more, but I can't think about them. But I like their Nazuma 11 games, and the Little Battlers experience has, we'll call it LBX from now on, has had some crossovers with the Nazuma 11, so I wouldn't be too hesitant in buying that sort of game. It looks fun. I like mechs beating up each other, and I think Gundam Age has a similar gameplay style, which I did play a little bit of, which is in the new Super Wars BX, by the way. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So I'm really unsure what to do now, but I think I'll get LBX to tide my gaming hunger over. I mean, nah, it'll be a secret. It's a secret that I'm working on for this channel. It's not anything amazing, it's another playthrough, but I suppose I'll keep it a secret for now, because I don't know if I'll ever finish it. And it's not the Final Fantasy 13 marathon, which may or may not happen. Oh yeah, there's this dynamic kill for this mech here, where he just knees the enemy, I guess, if he kills it. But yeah, you can ignore the Jigenjus pretty much and just go after the Eratus there to get your kills or what, well, not kills, to finish him off. But I'm killing all the Jigenjus just to get some kills for some people, and to make it a little bit easier on myself when I'm going after the Eratus. I'm not sure if that's what it's actually called. It's something like that, so that's what I'm gonna call it. Oh, I just realized something, I think. Hang on. No, that's just the way it's going on. Oh god. I just sneezed, and I hate sneezing because it hurts like my chest area. I don't know if I should get that checked out. And I sneezed so hard that my headphones come falling off my head. Oh. It's not like the little earbuds. It's those things you would see a DJ wear, I guess, is the closest thing I could make a comparison to. The thing is people call these earphones, headphones, whatever the fuck, and I don't even know if like the different kinds have different like names or whatever. Like I call everything that you stick, you know, put in the. I call everything headphones. Everything that are headphones, I call headphones. Okay. You know, some people call them earphones, and I suppose that's correct. But it just sounds wrong to me because I always call them headphones. I don't know if that's a regional thing or whether it refers to a different type of a personal listening device, I guess you could call it. I don't know. Anyway, Little Battlers Experience looks pretty fun. LBX looks pretty fun. And I think it'll hold me over for a while, because I think a 3-hour card ride to New York City could use a little bit of a game. Like how I went through the last one is I whatchamacallit, what did I do? Yeah, I downloaded videos and just watched them on my Vita. I downloaded like several 5 different games playlists from BrainTech.com. It was more of their shorter games that they did, so I had something to tide me over while going in that car ride. But right now I really don't have anything to do. I need a game. I need something to do. I know some of you might say like you could play or record or whatever. Not whatever. You could play or record. Oh yeah, here's where I destroy it and you find out. Don't do this because they all run away. So, yes, but you'll have to do that. Alright. I meant to cut that out, but I didn't see it when I was brushing over the footage. So, I'll just leave it in there. What was I gonna say? I lost track. I think I was talking about LBX, something like that. I know some of you might say that maybe I should just play the games I've been recording. That'll surely cure your gaming hunger pangs. Pangs? What? I don't know. But the thing is that I want to play a game for myself rather than recording it. Sure, I like to record games a lot, but there are times where I just need to play a game for myself without recording it at all. I can like fool around all I want. I can do what I want without worrying about editing certain stuff or worrying about the space it'll take up on my hard drives. So I just need a game to play on my free time right now, and I don't really have any game that's new for me that I haven't played before. So I'm thinking about trying LBX, and if I get my capture card, 3DS capture card one day, and then I may do a playthrough of that if I ever get a 3DS capture card. That is, that's a long ways away. But perhaps I'll do it. I'll get it one day. The thing is I kind of wanted to wait for Loopy. He's the one who did it originally to finish his capture card, but he hasn't done. He's been working on like his new capture boards for several months now, almost a year or two now. Like, he's been out of stock for a while. That the only choice is to go to Katsuki, which is in Japan, but they'll get you a 3DS from whatever region you're in. The thing is that supposedly they're just taking in orders without stopping in orders to actually catch up on orders. So if you order one from them, you're gonna have to wait a few months before you even get one. So I can't believe so many people are ordering the goddamn capture device, but I'm gonna need to get one. I think I'm ordering a Vita one first because I need one of those. And I'm sure lots of people are ordering those, so I might get those faster. Because I could record a few games from my Vita. I don't know what games I would record, though, now that I think about it. I have the Skya games, I have Uncharted. I have the Z3 games, so that'd be enough. The thing is that I'm not making any money right now that I think about it. A lot of I make a lot of purchases for the channel, like for converters, capture card, and all that. And if I were to, I'd have a lot of negatives. Although I could list those as business expenses, couldn't I? Something like that. Not that I would have any reason to list those as business expenses, now that I think about it. I think those are related to taxes. I'm not too sure. You know, the American schooling system doesn't really teach you about taxes. Well, they did. But that was back when I was in 7th grade. So, I mean, that gives you an idea of how long ago that was. Let's see, that was... Let's see, 1, 2... 3, 4, 5 years ago, I think. 6 maybe. It's quite a while ago. And even then, that was a weird class. It was like home economics, except it wasn't because it was called something else. And the teacher would get pissed whenever you called it home economics, so yeah, that was something. That was something alright. Huh. I didn't edit the footage there. I didn't start a new file there. Curious. But yeah. Just how it is. I need to really brush up and brush up on my programming skills because I have a new programming class that I'm going to take in a little while. I did take, and there was a class that I took that had Linux incorporated into it, and I completed that. Like, I pretty much got an A in that one, but I remember nothing about that class, so I guess I know nothing about Linux now. I know like there's concatenate, listfs, stuff like that, but I don't remember everything. If I was going to use Linux again, I'd have to look up I'd have to look up the command prompts a lot, but I know a little bit about the Linux command prompts now, so I know something, I suppose. It was at this point that I didn't know that you could actually change the support attack, that you could change what the supporting attack character does for his attack. Because Crow and Gravion did an attack on the Eratus, which is, I think you can guess what that is. It's the guy right next to the Moby Dick. But the thing is that I didn't know that, and Eratus survived with like 99 HP, and I spent several things. You'll see me use Shin to lower the Eratus's HP lower it by 700, so he wouldn't survive by 99 HP. And then Crow changed his attack to the Eagle. I'm like, huh, can I change this? And it turns out you can, and I changed it to Crow's strongest move, so that's something. Anyway, Crow and the Gravion can do the two strongest attacks right now, so there really is no reason for you to attack Eratus right now. I wouldn't recommend doing the Spirit to increase the amount of damage he takes until after you've taken him close to as 10,000 HP as possible, because he'll run away after that. So just get him as close as 10,000 HP as possible, and then do the Spirit command so you would take more damage. Because the thing is, this game tries to be as efficient as possible, so if it thinks you have a chance of finishing the guy off with a certain move, it'll do that for a support attack. But the thing is that I think it does the best possible scenario with the best possible damage output. Anyway, this girl's music will override your character's BGMs all the time, so you won't hear your character's BGMs. In Z3, they sort of fixed that in a sense in which if you do a maximum break, you'll do another. You'll hear your character's BGM whenever you do maximum break. You can put a custom BGM on maximum break too, actually. You can have the maximum break do its own BGM. It's still in the option settings, but I set it to do the character's BGM for whatever move they are in Z2 in Z3.2, but in Z3 it's whatever BGM they have. Z3.2 is my favorite so far, simply because of all the new mechanics it has and what it's done overall. I'm sure a lot of people disagree with me, but I like it the best so far. I had the most fun with it. I haven't completed a second playthrough yet, but that's because when I did the second playthrough of Hakai Hen and Sasa Hen, I didn't have any other games to play at the time. Well, it wasn't that. I wasn't playing another Super Robot Wars game at the time, so I'm playing this for the channel, so I don't want to overload myself on Super Robot Wars just by playing two at a time. Because I almost didn't finish UX because of that, because I was playing this game and UX at the same time. I did beat UX though. Oh, that's something, I suppose. Although I played it on my new 3DS XL recently, and I remember saying that it was like real blurry. I played it again, and it looks exactly the same as it does on the original 3DS, and then I was like, whoa, what happened? Because it wasn't like that when I originally played it. I don't know if I don't know. Really, maybe the 3DS update. Because I haven't played it on my new 3DS until I updated to the latest firmware, which is 9.9. So I think maybe the firmware update changed it so it looks better. If not, that was my eyes were playing tricks on me. Anyway, I suppose I should make an Aquarion. It does have a better move than this. But I don't know if he actually gets in this game or the next one. So there's several star points which I could have gotten more easily, but I just didn't because I didn't realize that I could change the support attack. Now that I know that, I'll probably do the strongest move all the time. Well, if I was doing that star point like this ever again. Anyway, can't do that move with Zeta Gundam yet. You know, there are a lot of times where I don't want to record anything. But the thing is that the quality of my videos won't exactly change whether or not I don't want to do it or not. And you might be thinking, no, it does, but to be honest, it really doesn't. It's not a fact that I don't want to do it. It's more the fact that I'm freaking lazy. Which is why I don't want to do a record or commentate over anything. But I forced myself to go into it because once I actually start doing it, it's fine. The problem I have is actually getting enough motivation to actually start it. Because once I start something, usually a game or something like that, I'm fine playing it for a little while. This guy's called some I'm or something like that? Yeah, he's called I'm. Yeah, that's what he is. Because I know that little triangle symbol he has there is Mu. The first is like it's all katakana. And I just remembered his name's I'm. Well, I'm, if you really want to say it in Japanese speak. You would pronounce his name as I'm, like I''M. I'm. Or maybe I'm would be fine. I don't know. Anyway, you'll see. Nope. I'm just being overly paranoid by quick saving a lot. You'll see Chirco doesn't do a lot of damage to this guy, but I think that's because I just need to put ignore size on Chirco so he can actually ignore the sizes of everybody and do as much damage to each enemy. And do the same amount of damage to each enemy. Like his damage won't get affected. I don't know if it's the size difference or it's just that this guy has a lot of defense against Chirico's attacks. Well, not defense. I think it's a size difference because look how much damage it did. Because the super robots do just fine against him. So I'm gonna put ignore size in Chirico, I think, after this stage is over. I think about it, I need to record some of it again. Well, I need to commentate over the recordings I haven't, and then I think I need to record some more, but I don't want to do that until Saturday or Sunday, but I need to get some extra videos ready because I won't be here on Monday again, so I need to get videos ready for that. This game has a lot of like good animations, but it is a little bit, the sprites are a little bit more pixelated than they are in Z3. If you look at if you look at a sprite really up close in Z3, you can tell that it's a sprite. Because with the big O doesn't move, where it zooms in on an enemy sprite, and you can see all the pixels and stuff like that. But it doesn't look pixelated overall, I guess because that's the quality of the sprites. But on the PSP screen, it does look a little bit pixelated. Looks better on the actual PSP, mind you, but so. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this attack is because I didn't know that I could change the support attack of my characters until after I did this. Like, I was messing around with the options menu, and then I noticed. Not options menu, but. I forget who I finish him off with. I forget if I finish him off with, I forget if I used Gravion or Crow to attack him first, I should say. I think I used Gravion to attack him first just so Crow could finish him off. Although it wouldn't count as Crow finishing him off, it would count as Gravion finishing him off. That's the weird thing about support attacks, I suppose. If you press triangle in this little menu in here, you'll be able to change his moves. I'm pressing square. You have to press O again, but I press X instead of O or circle. You should say circle. I don't know why I said O. And I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Just me finally figuring out that, oh, I can do this. And I think I pressed X again there. Come on, pass me, figure it out already. There we go. I don't know if Soul Grabbing actually is a stronger move in this, but this is a stronger move as of right now. Supposedly Gravion can be somewhat of a glass cannon, I think, but he hasn't taken that much damage to me. Well, to me, he hasn't taken that much damage at all during the times I've used him. So I don't know if that's that's true or not. But to me. But overall, this stage isn't too difficult. It's a pretty easy stage. It only took me so long because I decided to defeat all the enemies in the stage. But overall, this stage isn't too bad. You shouldn't have this. You shouldn't have trouble at all in this stage, considering I just showed you that you can change the support attacks. If you don't have a support attack on any of your guys, then you're gonna have a crap ton of trouble, and you probably won't be able to complete the stage. So, put support attack on somebody, and wasted all your points on other things, then you might be screwed. I know I recommended E-Saver and Base Saver, or Ammo Saver I should say, in the beginning. But that was before I realized how difficult getting those R points is. Support attacks are always helpful no matter on what unit they are on. And Crow starts out with them, I think. So I'm gonna give him continuous action eventually, so he can be a little more of a threat, I suppose. I do upgrade Crow a little bit more at the end of the stage because I kind of want Crow to be fully upgraded. If there's only gonna be one unit that's fully upgraded, I want it to be Crow. But if you're going to focus on upgrades here, I recommend you get Gravion and Apollo up to a little bit better. They're fine right now because they're super robots. But if I say Jericho, Alto, and Holland are the guys who want to upgrade. Holland not so much because he's going to leave in a little while. After they get 50 kills, Holland, you don't have to do anything with him. If you don't want to, if you just want to get the secret, just for the sake of getting the secret. Now all you have to do now is just destroy the Moby Dick. So there's nothing else in the stage that is really of importance that I need to explain. If you want to see what I do to my characters after the stage ends, you can just watch until then. So I'll see you guys again next time, whenever that is. Bye, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video if you're interested in what it contains. Bye. コンパクフィードバックシステム作動。認めねえ。俺は絶対に認めねえ。こんな人生認められっかよ。さてターゲットを中央に行こうと。そのまま速やかに火力を集中。